This one doesn't scream America, I don't know what does. Hello, my name is James, and a couple of months ago I made a video about a rental car that we had because our car went in for repair. This one up here. Now, I just did this as a bit of fun because I quite like the car, but 2,500 odd people have now gone and watched that video, which seems quite a lot. I don't know that many people, which is great. So does that mean that people like the car videos? I like cars, so I thought, why not make more car videos? Unfortunately, I don't even own a car right now, as I've recently, well, a year ago, moved to Florida and have yet to need one. So I thought, what better way than just to wander around my local neighbourhood and judge or rate all the cars that my neighbours drive. Now, I thought I could take a handheld camera out there and video people's actual cars live, but due to wind and maybe someone shouting at me for telling them their car is really bad, I decided just to go and take pictures, like a wimp, and then I can judge them in the safety of my own home. So that's what I'm going to do today. So, yeah, let's go. Okay, I have all the cars that I thought were interesting on my iPad here. I didn't take a picture of every single car, as some are really boring. But anything that I thought was kind of interesting or a bit weird, I took a picture of. And hopefully, if I can get editing right, they'll pop up over my shoulder. So, the first car is this, which I believe is a Nissan Silvia S14 or a 240 SX. It's a right-hand drive Japanese import. Now, when I first saw this car, I thought that someone had illegally imported it because it did not look 25 years old. But after Googling it, I did find out that it was over 25 years old, so it is legal to import. And this one looks a bit dirty, but it's actually pretty cool. It's black with gold wheels, and it's not too overdone. It's not too riced out, as they say. Unfortunately, in this picture, you cannot see the overly fat exhaust that sticks too far out the back, or the disgusting colour of the gear knob. Now, the owner of this, all he needs to do is go back to stock with those bits. He can modify the engine in any way he wants. That's all cool. But those bits just look a bit cheap. But the rest of the car looks great. Okay, moving on. What we got next? This is a Subaru Impreza WRX. Now, it is not the STI, it's just WRX, but it does look very cool in white with those black wheels. I do think this one has a bit too dark on the tinted windows and the wind deflectors look a bit too much, but apart from that, a very cool car, and I cannot say too many bad things about that. I think that's fairly decent. The exhaust on this one is a bit too loud. You can hear them coming from about 2 miles away. But apart from that, it does seem a very well sorted car. Okay, this. Now, I forgot to go back and look at exactly what model this is. But it's a Lincoln and it looks like a hearse. Now, I don't blame the guy for this. I blame Lincoln for this because the back of this car looks disgusting. It looks like a hearse, and hearses serve their purpose and a very honourable purpose as well, but do you really want to drive around town in a hearse? And even worse, a car that looks like a hearse. Now, fair enough, this guy may have been given this car, he may have come about it in opportunities that I don't know. I'm not one to judge. If that's the car you want to drive, sure thing. But I don't know what he went about sticking every piece of chrome he could find to the outside. So what I would say to this guy is, you know, take all the chrome off, and then it'll look alright. Now, I like a bit of chrome on some cars, but the chrome wind deflectors, the chrome all down the side, the extra chrome on the front, is too much. It's too much. It looks way too chintzy. There's actually 2 cars which I believe to be owned by the same dude behind, and I can see the glimpse of chrome here, so clearly chrome's his thing. But if that's your thing, man, you do it, but too much. Too much bling. Okay, what we got next? Ooh, this is a Mitsubishi Mirage. But it's not any Mirage, it's the Mirage sedan, which Mitsubishi, if you happen to watch this video, which probably won't happen, why'd you make a sedan version? Hatchbacks are so much more practical and they look so much nicer on the road. Now, a sedan of like a big car, like a BMW or a Mercedes, that makes perfect sense. But a little car, it needs to be a hatchback, especially when they make a hatchback version, and then they stick a loosely bad bumpy bit on the back to make it a sedan. If you've got a normal trunk, you can fold the back seats down and fit way more stuff in than you can with this sedan. It just looks ugly. And I'm looking at you, Fiesta sedan, which is only made in the USA. I don't know why you buy that. But apart from that, it might be a rental car. This one isn't a rental car because of the wheels, which look way too big for this person. I believe they bought this car because they wanted a cheap economy car. All for that, that's great. But then they went and stuck on wheels on it, which probably cost quite a lot of money. And then they went and tinted the windows really, really dark, which seems to be a thing in Florida. I'm sure it's a fairly decent car, very similar to the Spark, which I like, but those wheels are way too big. You need to downsize the wheels on that one, man, and then roll around in that. Cool. What next? A Jeep Wrangler. I can't lie, I like the Jeep Wrangler. It is my wife's favourite car, and this one actually looks very good. Now this person has a bit chunky tyres, but they seem chunky to defect, and they're still within the wheel arches, which is where you want your wheels. You don't want them sticking out, you want them in the wheel arches. And he's got a light bar at the thing, and he's got a roof rack on there, and he's got a few little bits, but that one actually looks a nice Jeep. I approve. This is an Audi S4, and obviously I love European cars. Now, I don't know the year of this one. In America you can't tell by the number plate, but I think it's around a 2010, 2011. Now, this one looks fairly decent. Doesn't look like it's been driven in a while. Looks a bit dirty, which is unfortunate for the car that it is. And I'm not really sure of the wheels. They do look like Audi wheels. Maybe they're not. But I do think it needs silver wheels. Black car, silver wheels. It looks better. We don't want black on black. But they have kept the silver door mirrors. So you know it's an S4, which is good. I approve of that. But the brakes look a bit rusty. I think it just needs to be driven. I washed and driven this one. So the owner of this car, yeah, I just tell you to go out and drive your car. Take it for a spin. Okay, what do we have next? Ooh, a Porsche Boxster. Now this is a very early Porsche Boxster, as it still has the weird looking headlights that no one likes on the 996, 911 generation. But these are actually very cheap, and from what I've heard, they're very good handling and little sports cars. This one's also a manual, not Porsche's Triptonic from that generation, and looks like a fairly decent small car. I do approve of this car. It's very different. No one else has got one around here, and it's probably quite cheap to buy because it's quite an early one. I think it's either a 99 or a 2000. And yes, owner of Porsche Boxster, I like your car. Okay, this is a Ford F250. Now, I do not have a problem with pickup trucks. They serve their purpose. I do not like it when I see pickup trucks without stuff in the back. If you want a pickup truck, fine, but you need a purpose for it, like buying a van. Put something in the back, okay? Now, but it's a look thing, isn't it, really? Now, if this one doesn't scream America, I don't know what does. Now, if you want a pickup truck, fine, you do you. But the wheels on this one are a bit too big. Now, if you're gonna go off-roading a lot, fine, but I think the wheelbase of this truck is well too long to go off-roading, and the wheels stick out too wide. It must be a right pain to park. Like, I know the spaces are big in America, but even this big space that's in here is filling it up all the way. Yeah, I just think if you want to put chunky tyres on it, fine. But you've lifted it up and you put sort of a slightly higher tread of tyre, but still road tyres really, and the rims are just too deep. No, it's not my thing, man. Trucks have their purpose, but they're a work vehicle, in my head. I don't think anyone around here will agree with me with that fact, but this is America through and through. Now, I don't know exactly what this is, but I do think it is owned by the same guy who owns the first car, the Nissan Silvia one. It is a imported Toyota from Japan, and it is right-hand drive. Now, I did look at the back, but I've forgotten what the model is, but we don't know what it is anyway, so it'll make a difference to us. Now, it's got quite an ugly front. The grille and the headlights, the rest of the car seems okay, but the grille and the headlights, I see quite an ugly car. I don't know why, but it does seem very Japanese. I don't know why the owner of this picked this car to import. I get the Nissan Silvia, sports car, drift car, cool, modified. This, I don't really know. But if you want to be a bit different, I'm all for different cars. But then if this is his daily and that's his sports car, he's commuting in two right-hand drive cars in America, which can't be easy. But whatever, it looks like a normal sedan. The problem I have with this though is the wheel colour and the really obvious camber in the front and rear wheels. It's obviously bagged as well, so it's on the suspension. Don't really have a problem with that. If that's what you want to look for the stance look. Wheel colour, too green, looks stupid. Put some black wheels on it, make it look a bit sportier. If you put some nice wheels on it and nice suspension on it, made it quite like a understated sleeper car, I'd be through with that. But this is not your drift car, is it? And I think it's not a sporty car because you've got the other one. I just looked, yeah, I don't think the camera's a bit too obvious. You know, make it a bit understated, make it a bit more of a sleeper, man. I think that looked cool. I think that looked cool. Apart from that, weird car. That's all I've got. Oh no! So, they're all the interesting cars that I saw on my walk the other day. And I guess that's the closest I can do to reviewing cars on this YouTube channel, because I do not own another car unless someone lets me drive their car. If I get some friends soon, they might let me drive their car. But until then, that's the closest I can do. So if anyone watches this video, and if any one of those people is interested in me judging more people's cars, then put it in the comments. I know I'll probably get about 20 views on this video, but I've got nothing better to do in my time. So, that was me, James, reviewing my neighbour's cars. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, thank you for watching. See you later.